guess started. Recording started. Hey everybody, Tombs and Tendrils, this is session 34. Pretty excited for tonight, it's going to be a big one.
We got a new GM tonight, this is Cody's baby brother.
Yep, clean shaven. We hate that one. The evil twin. I'm the good twin, but we hate that one. Cool. Yeah, let's go ahead and recap the previous session. Do we want Titus to do it, or do you want someone else to do it?
Well, don't ask me, I actually don't.
Oh! I can do it.
Shoot.
Normally fast at that. What did I miss?
You remember what went down last session?
Yeah. Tombs and Tendrils.
So, we started out in a different area where Titus was trying to find out what's going on with the war down on the planet surface, standing with Inquisitor.
Inquisitor Alvis,
Who was basically ignoring everything he had to say. Then we shifted over to goings-on in the warehouse, where you guys were getting ready to head over to the bar, and you were then followed by a drone that was keeping track of your movements and your activities and relaying that to Inquisitor Malin. And then when you got to the bar, all the players met my character at the bar, who unfortunately had very unmistakable armor that matched the drone that was following the group.
He passed like a minus 30 perception test.
Deco was like, hey, immediately knew exactly who I was.
Except all he said was, hi.
Yeah, that's true.
Amen.
And then we did some bartering and shopping with Reese at his private booth. It was revealed to the party that my character, Vaxian, apparently already had dealings with Reese, and they were familiar with each other. And once we were all geared up and knew where we were headed next, did they tell you guys where you were headed next, except for Vaxian knew where Malin was, and Malin gonna take you guys to him. It's about an hour away, and that's where we paused it. Did I miss anything?
Oh, that was great.
That was great.
Exactly what happened.
Nice. Well, guess we're good to get started then.
Yes.
So, what's the name of your only war character, Bill?
Wilbur.
Wilbur. So funny. Describe to us Wilbur.
Well, Wilbur's the kind of guardsman that looks almost too heavy set to be in his armor. Like a big, hefty, older dude, definitely past his prime, with a gray mustache, not much on top. Got his Elysian grab shoot thrusters, kind of jury-rigged with double thrusters so that he could still make his descents with grace. And other than that, he's just kind of a gruff, kind of unkempt looking dude. So, but jovial, and everybody likes him.
Nice.
All the war characters are pretty positive dudes, honestly.
Nice. And his name was Wilbur.
Wilbur DeBoard.
Okay, so Wilbur stands with his squad in the hangar of a big air barge that is drifting over the wastes over the top of this great battle that's taking place in the mines. So what you guys can see from the air is that down below things aren't going well. You were told that there was Imperial Knights coming to offer allied support against some faction that you've been informed is gold-bladed cog. And these knights have laid an effective smoke screen but they're firing, and so from the air you can see this. They're firing on AdMech and Guard allies. The Bladed Cog are evacuating as fast as they can, even taking over like damaged tanks and whatever else that the Guard has, and retreating into the fog. Just kind of in every direction, just scrambling. And so it's around this time that you see the spaceport just get lit up from a massive night Porphyrion. And the spaceport just flaming, it lies in ruin. And even the Acadian Basilisk line has been decimated, that had been set up there and aiding in the assault against the Bladed Cog. Your sergeant is Sergeant Wilkins. He's furious by this betrayal of the Knights. And he's like, man, we're going to take out that Night Porphyrion.
Oh. Okay.
And he's like, he doesn't know we're up here. Got its attention focused on the battlefield. We're gonna drop down on the top of this thing. And so he's coming by with this crate. He's like handing out these things called mag charges. Mag charges, they basically stick to metallic surfaces and go off. They're kind of like crack grenades. And so everyone gets 3. So you get 3 of these mag charges. And he's like, we might come through this, we might not, but either way, for the glory of the Emperor.
That's all you want to hear.
That's all I need is, fixed bayonets. Not really, but he pulls out a mag charge and he just jumps off of the ledge of this hangar, and men start to follow him.
Jump off because you're.
Because they're above in the sky barge, and the Night Porphyrion's like down here, kind of doing that whole gig.
Right. How many people are in our unit on this barge?
That's assaulting it?
Yeah, obviously, you speaking to everybody, but we have our unit. We have how many other folks are on this barge with us?
So there's 3 squads. There's 30 of you.
Okay. Guard platoon.
Yep. Yep.
Nice.
And one of the other things that you kind of noticed, so as you're kind of scouting the area out and people are handing in intel, so as your sergeant leaps out of this thing, you also notice that there's a ridge line to the south that you can see AdMech forces deploying on, and they've got kind of drills coming up, and they've got stuff coming in and deploying dune crawlers and stuff like that up on the ridge. And it looks like some of the smaller knights out in the field are deploying among broken mine rocks and wreckages of other vehicles in defense against these things. What would you like to do?
Me specifically.
Yes.
Hey, my sarge jumped off that barge edge. I'm going. I'm the way.
All right, so you waddle over there.
Heft up my gun and do a double-footed, just stand and jump off the edge thing like fat guy in the pool.
Yep. All right. Cool. So you descend into this toxic rain that's all over Anvil all the time. Familiar with it. It's descent through the clouds towards the top of this Porphyrion body.
Okay.
Titus.
Oh no.
All right,
What?
so you're standing there with Alvis, and he's reviewing images and recordings that the Adeptus Sororitas are sending in, and you're up in a different sky barge because there's many of these that are up in the lower atmosphere. And I don't know if I've explained this enough, but there's this perpetual storm going on in the upper atmosphere called the flux, and it's very toxic and actually very charged. Ships flying through it typically find a lot of static issues, and Aspect scanners get scrambled and landing can be difficult. So, yeah, so the sky barges literally float like right beneath it. So in a more luxurious one, Alvis is doing this, and he seems troubled and kind of scratching his head a little bit. He's like, these bladed cog, quite the nuisance.
Oh, really?
Yes. At this rate, the planet will soon see wide-scale conflict.
Yeah.
Most upset. He's like rubbing his chin, and he turns around and he looks back at this black stone that you all have brought him. And he says, this pulse is also concerning. The integrity of this world is now in question. What do you make of it all? You've been on the ground, you've seen the
Sure.
chaos.
Yeah. My eyes.
They took my eyes.
But you see now better than ever.
This is all very weird. I thought we were under the assumption that this planet couldn't be too important.
It's very true. Honestly, hope it doesn't come to it. I hope that our guard battalions can hold the line, but they might need to send for the Astartes soon. And he turns around and he looks at the great cityscape of Anvil that's like off in the distance. He's like, the houses are honestly so hard to deal with. Out of game? Or Titus?
Okay. So, am I the Titus version that remembers all the visions from Father and all that? So, I had the vision of them leaving this planet.
The bladed cog?
The little buddies.
Oh, the chain stillers and stuff?
Different.
Yes.
Yeah. I'm going to bring that up.
Good idea.
Back in character. I'm under the assumption that this threat is already out of control, and we're already losing the ability to.
How so?
Watching their movements and seeing how secretive they are and they're moving about, and I have no doubt that it would be their intentions to be leaving this planet and to be continuing their off the sign, I guess would be the vibe that I've gotten from them, but I have extreme concerns. I think I even be aware of who these Astartes are, like the arbitrator worked on
Those are the iconic Space Marines, and they are of legend. You've never seen one in person.
well,
But
further with
supposedly,
time.
what is it? One Space Marine is supposed to be able to fight an army?
Several hundred.
Several hundred.
I think this would be the appropriate time to call any legends or fables that you are aware of.
We might need to make our way to the Astronomican. Or, no.
I was like, whoa.
To the planet's astropath.
I think that would be a great idea.
Am I better yet?
We need to run more tests. I believe the process was too soon. Your pod damaged when teleported here. Thaddeus is still in incubation.
I don't care. I want to get in there.
All in due time, my friend.
All right.
So what do we do?
Oh no. Continue.
Do you have any ideas you want to add?
I think talking to the astropath would be awesome. I think I have a lot of questions that I don't want to bring up to the Inquisitor right now, anyways. So I'm good in one.
Okay. Well, so as far as the astropath goes, I know that the ruling house, controls essentially the communications head off-world. So we have to talk to essentially like the planetary governor and get approval.
Who would be in charge now? Are we?
Well, House Carlisle's making a run for the ruling house. It was House Kaios.
Right.
Or sorry, no, House Cassix is the ruling house, the Mechanicum house with
Right.
Magus Cassix. Carlisle's trying to undercut that any way that they can.
Can't confirm it. Sadly, our team was so caught up in other dealings, but I have reasons to assume that the people of House Carlisle might be affiliated with these Blade Cog members. They're in charge. We should step lightly, at the very least.
I hope not. I know well, from what I can tell, it seems like the Bladed Cog is just a fanatic religious cult.
Sure.
So,
And I mean, it might have been separate, but we had some political dealing stuff. Might have found proof that the Carlisles had the House Kaios basically killed off.
well, I know Isaiah has been executed, and
Right.
that's not really good. I had the sororitas on that, but things on this planet have been falling apart.
Yeah, that's definitely their fault. It's not like that was our job. They were the ones in charge of the political.
Well, you know, they were there to assist them for sure.
Sure.
I don't think all is lost. Isaiah was very young.
Is there anyone else in House Kaios that would be able to hold up that mantle?
It's difficult to say. House Kaios is in a really difficult spot. Honestly, as far as my dealings on Peridot, I didn't realize things had gotten that bad with their forge holdings. I just had good relations with Isaiah's father, and so that's why I had that location.
If nothing else, there's definitely something up. Further investigating done with, but it doesn't seem like it's full priority right now. So just bug the sorors about it later.
Okay. Yeah, honestly, my priority is really on the Blackstone. I really believe that can be. I believe that can be a shield to this sector, planet, and to essentially the future holdings of the Imperium in this area.
So how you're going to do that? I mean, when we found it, it was super heretical stuff. We were around.
So you were around a psyker kind of research facility, though, weren't you? Like those were other people. You weren't really around.
Facility, torture chamber. Sure, it's another good word for it.
Well, you all took care of that, and
Right.
you know, I've never really thought, you know, from studying what you sent me, never really thought that was a permanent solution.
You think there's an alternate route to using that power?
Yeah, and I think it actually lies at the source. And so he points to some screens that have the display of that registered pulse. And he points at it and he's like, look here at the depths of the world. I think the pulse resonated from there. I'm sending the team down over that way.
And we already got news from Sororitas about the relic that they went and looked at, and they talked about how it was a big obelisk, right?
Big obelisk.
And I had a vision of that big obelisk with Father being all spooked by it.
Yep.
Oh, so you're sending them down there?
Yes. Honestly, I think you're helping the team better by being with me right now.
Wow.
Not that you're a detriment to them, but you're a boon to me.
Right.
Gotta babysit you.
vest.
That's how you keep it.
I'm just gonna band it off your forehead.
Oh.
Cool.
Wow.
Okay.
Neat.
And so yeah, he turns around and starts kind of working on some stuff. Is there anything you'd like to do?
Yes. Where do I start?
'Cause I can also leave, and you can think about that. Or if you have something right now, we can continue for a second here.
Yeah, we'll move on. I'll just think about what Titus would be after Alvis is.
Perfect. So I'm curious, are you differentiating between the Tituses, okay?
Yes, so far. It might get a little wild. I'm assuming. Right now, I'm good.
It's so funny. You're helping them more by being here.
Because if you were with them, they'd salute you.
Yeah, that's what it would be. Oh, well,
Sustain us.
oh.
Neat. Okay. Back at the bar. Fake Titus is fully armored.
Armored.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, fully armored. And I believe you guys were getting some drinks, finishing shopping, and whatever else. Breeze, as Titus is mounting up, Breeze pulls Joss off to the side and says, "Hey, I was intrigued by your idea of a fully automatic crossbow. And I have scoured the sanctioned STCs and have found something that fits that description. So I'm going to have our engineer work on that for you. In the meantime, is there anything else that you would like? I would give you something to borrow as we work on your crossbow that's going to cost $2,000. Credits, therms.
Buckaroos. Hey, this is like. I'm gonna talk fast. Okay. We're just meeting with Malin first, right? Like nothing crazy along the way, as far as you know. Do you have any idea where he sent this? Like he talked to us once last time. Remember that one? Yes.
You wanted this for the rest of your team,
Plasma weapon training.
Right.
but I'm pretty sure they're dead.
Also possible.
All I know is to show you the way, and I know the way.
Fair enough. It's mostly thinking like, there's these cool things. There's like manacles.
Chain, you know.
Magnetic.
Oh yeah.
Manacles. Possible. Like, is this a non-killing situation? Because I'm used to just a killing.
I have something that you might enjoy.
I mean, you can like non-kill so you can shoot their arms off or something.
I'm only saying this because I was looking
Yeah.
to live. I was looking at
Fair.
swords
They
or
also
weapons
have
that you
the
brought in here.
bolos. Do you know what those are?
Have you ever heard of an eviscerator?
I actually could take training for
No,
it.
but I just
Do
wanted
that.
So the eviscerator is a great chainsword, but it's like almost as tall as you. It's 2/3 your height. It requires 2 hands to use. It's 1,000 thrones, and you have to have 2 weapons. It's a -10 to parry, but it has the tearing quality. The damage is D10 plus 10. With 5 men.
Plus more.
Yeah.
You know, like that's the
And I know we can't get you your crossbow, so I feel bad. So honestly, I'd sell you this for 500.
What a deal.
That's it.
I don't know.
They have the
That's
like
my
the needle guns are like pretty cool.
And honestly,
Like, tell what these are worth.
something that I can do as well is we can measure your arm, because I noticed you have a power fist.
Forget about that.
If you were to decide to upgrade to an arm, we could get a best craftsmanship arm made for you, and that would allow you to use that weapon one-handed.
I can still explode things.
We would keep the power fist,
Oh,
but don't activate it while holding that weapon.
well, yeah.
Unless you want something super cool to happen and expensive and only one time.
Yeah. I mean, my feelings, how much would that be?
How much would the arm be? For a best craftsmanship bionic arm, it would be 2,000.
My arm got wrecked.
Yeah, so that would give you a
So we put a
Plus
robot
10.
arm on.
Nice.
on agility test requiring delicate
We
manipulation
decided
such
that
as
my
sleight
guy
of
doesn't
hand,
have
stealing
any
stuff out of people's
no
pockets.
cybernetics.
And it's
at
plus
all.
10.
So, I mean, if he has any, he doesn't know about.
Well, you already have sleight of hand.
In due time,
Because
No
that's,
kidding.
it's inevitable.
this would give you a plus 10 down to arm. It's all hand. Okay. You can get it.
Maybe.
Hey,
Wow.
Yeah, sure, why not?
But the arm will take a little bit to, of course,
I know.
attach, so you're gonna have to get that later.
I
What's up?
know.
I was just watching him move. Ah.
hey. This sounds super random, but do you have a couple explosive collars that I can just hold on to? I'll buy them. I just
Yeah, we have some explosive collars. What do you want those for?
like
Put on your friends? Oh,
Did you say slaves?
slavery.
I don't know. You never know when you're gonna need something like that. It just instantly kills who it's on.
Gonna
Comes up.
grab a buzz.
Like just like 2 or 3.
I think like
But do you know how much those go for in your book?
In the book, it has them listed at 55 for each one.
Holy crap.
But they're also rare.
Well, luckily there's lots of prisoners on Anvil. We need
no.
slaves in the Effectorum, so honestly, you've honestly been a good buyer and you just bought some power armor, so I'll just give you 3.
Wow.
Just take them on charity.
I knew you were a good guy.
I mean, like,
Don't say pity.
Also, hold on to this white bag of powder for me.
Oh. I'm used to that at this point.
I'm just kidding.
That's more than what's already in this game.
You should get it out the front door. This is my joy. Cool.
Good.
All right.
He's a wizard?
Oh,
Reese,
maybe, I don't know.
So Reese turns to you and he says, would you like me to bring one of your hover vehicles around, or what path do you plan on taking?
We could take the vehicle rather than the.
Us.
No, there was. Didn't you mention in the last session something about like a sky lift or something like that went to where he was in the spire?
Yeah, various elevators essentially.
Yeah, what I'm thinking. All right. Why don't we take the vehicle? We'll just fly up to where it'll cut about 20 minutes out of our travel time. Sure, do that.
Cool. And do you need a driver?
Yes.
Okay. He'll of course want the payment for the transit, and he can also bring the hover vehicle back here should you not need it.
Let's put him on retainer for a little while. Get us a good driver.
Okay. Okay.
Someone we can trust.
Fair enough. Okay. Let me pull a name out of my butt.
Why can't I remember a thing we've been hanging out with like 30 sessions? What's his name?
That his other character?
Yeah, the one that's up with Real Tactics right
I remember
that
either.
is?
now. Thaddeus, jeez.
That was embarrassing.
That was.
I was laughing. It was like, haha, you can't remember, but then I can remember.
Because he was our driver.
Yeah, he's the driver not like that is.
He drove okay. He was just kind of a silly boy who just kind of hoped for everything.
He got me aged 3 years in 2 weeks, so they took me up to their death machine.
All right. I've spoken with some of my drivers via my neural implants. That's what I do. So, this is Phoebe. You guys can contract her, and it's 150 thrones for like every 3 days.
Look at me of that.
I'll take care of it.
Oh.
Doesn't have.
Yeah, you take it.
Okay. And do you want that hover vehicle to have high orbit transit as well? Or are you looking for just
How much trouble you guys plan on getting in on this little excursion that I'm taking you
We
on?
never plan on it.
Well, we always
always
under
happens.
plan, so you might want to over plan.
Alright.
Oh, geez, that's a good line.
You're not planning on being with these guys for
Give us the upgrade, Reese.
The upgrade, okay.
You guys have like an insurance policy as well.
Insurance. Well, let's just say Faxian's house does pretty good with that.
Your house.
Oh, wait. He would have said that. Does that matter?
Oh man, we got another Thaddeus from a fancy house.
I'll
Yeah,
ignore
Tyler.
his comment, but we'll have a noticeable look of disgruntlement.
It's just got wiped by a robot.
Okay, I'm gonna give you a gun
That
cutter.
secret took about half a second. What is it that you said?
A gun cutter?
Gun cutter?
You know what those are? Do you?
I'm pretty sure I know what it is.
Okay. Gun cutters are light aircraft often capable of reaching low orbit. They are combat ready and usually covered with heavy weaponry. As such, they are immediately project an intimidating appearance and often useful for dangerous negotiations. Most can only carry a small crew and limited passengers.
Hey, we're a small crew.
Got it.
Are we leaving
Except for one of
Choo-Choo
us,
behind
yeah.
then?
No, I thought it was a small number, right?
It doesn't specify, so I can.
Who does not like cramped?
We'll put him in the.
I will say the Ogren's probably not.
Hey, you know what?
He also gets drunk super easy off of
Choo-Choo's
your
got-
light beer, so.
Choo-Choo got business.
I want a way for us to contact Choo Choo. I'm not leaving him here.
Just give him like a. Oh, I'm pretty sure Ogrins can't work like.
Clip some to him.
We can put a neural implant in
So it's like a dog tag, basically.
just to track him.
It's like a box caster that just hangs around his neck, and when it starts talking,
Hey.
he's like,
Choo Choo sees this vehicle, and I actually I rolled Chris 000 to be willing to get on it.
Oh my god.
And so he's like, "Oh, pretty flyer, I want big gun,
You can have the biggest gun. Choo Choo.
biggest gun,
Oh,
las cannon."
yes, he's on
Maybe.
literally.
Cool.
I mean, I'd rather him operating it than me.
I was gonna say, who's the most confident person in this group so far?
Choo
It's
Choo.
Choo-Choo.
Oh no.
He does one job really, really well.
Yeah. Okay, and then on the so there's that. So he'd be sitting. I don't even know how what these things really look like, but in my brain, it's at the front with the pilot, but like above and behind.
That's it.
And then the side weapons are heavy stubbers. Okay, who's going where?
Oh, I'm not a very good shot.
I can take a heavy stubber.
Okay,
I prefer
Just
to.
like where in the.
vehicular.
Oh.
I will leave someone doing like trying to communicate with anybody.
I don't know. You
So
are good
much-
with the fellowshipping.
Yeah, I'll chill next to the radio.
there is a great rendition of a gun cutter.
Oh, whoa.
Well, it's kind of like an upgraded Valkyrie.
Yeah, it looks like the Valkyrie just
Yeah, very
fancy.
similar to Valkyrie.
Yeah, I'm gonna hang out on the radio and
pick some good tunes for us.
You should get on the other gun.
I found it on images really quick. I just yep, that's it. That's the one right here. The one to the left is better resolution.
Ooh.
That's what we're looking at. That's awesome.
Fancy.
It's freaking so cool.
Oh man.
Oh shit.
That's, you know what that reminds me of? The Star Wars gunships. Don't say that. Love Star.
That's awesome.
It is awesome.
I like how it opens in the back like a Valkyrie too.
It does.
All right.
Yes.
New project on the books.
Are you gonna make that?
I don't know, maybe.
Dude, make it.
It would be
please.
pretty great.
That wouldn't be
Gun cutters are the coolest freaking thing in the 41st millennium.
Now we've now found a new favorite vehicle. Yeah.
Actually, so it looks like it has missile pods. Is that what that is? Or-
Yeah.
No, I think that's air intake.
Oh.
Like thruster air intake,
Okay.
like it's got like a loop shaped one.
What is this?
That's the heavy
Is
stubber.
that communication?
Yeah, that's
That's a
heavy
gun.
stubber on each wingtip, and then if you scroll down just a little bit, you'll see there's a front mounted. That could be a stubber or a las cannon, depending on what it's armed with.
That's
That's
true.
stubber on that one, but
We're gonna do last cannon. What is
Yep.
this? Is that just
That's
a
side
drop
gate.
door?
Yep.
Side gate. Wow, this is.
look, it comes with a little exo vehicle that can come out of it.
Yeah.
What?
Oh, scroll down.
Look
Oh.
up top. Yeah, see, it's
What?
got yeah.
Dude, it's like a warthog too. Looks like it holds 4, 3. Has a bike too. We're gonna give it everything on this picture.
All right.
Yay!
Cool, except we're gonna put 2 bikes because I think that'll fit the party.
Choo-choo. Like,
Choo Choo loves bikes.
she did those. It's dumb.
I forgot about that. That was
It
incredible.
seems like he's on like a baby bicycle.
He's a little rocket loop.
Oh yeah.
I like
I haven't seen those in ages.
That's awesome. I'm gonna leave it there.
Yep.
All right, so Phoebe, she's like, all right, guys, it's time to go. But where are you going? Burning daylight.
I'll give her the coordinates for Inquisitor Malin's fire. Did you tell me where he's at exactly? Out of game?
Yeah, he's in the casino spires.
Okay, so I go ahead and give.
She goes, oh, the casino spires, a rich man, and she raises up the gates and everything, and Choo-Choo's just like, he's like glued to that last cannon, just like ready to go, and she takes off with a crit 4, and it's like starts going up through the world portal. By the way, I had mentioned prior last session that it took 30 minutes to get to the lawless zone when descending. It's actually like 3 hours. I was looking at my map and I had that all designated. I was like, oh shoot. So
that was off last session. Oh, it shouldn't have been an hour trip. It should have been a 3-hour trip.
yeah, essentially.
So
But
it'd be
the gun cutter's gonna be fast at it.
okay.
But it's like, and the problem with the world portals, the reason why it slows transit is because when you descend, you have to literally just kind of blow your thrusters and just kind of go down slowly. But coming out of the world portal is okay. The only thing is they have like different traffic and stuff, laws and whatnot.
Are we going to be out of place? Like in a gun cutter? Is that going to be pretty unusual to see? Okay.
No, you're on a forgeworld. This is everywhere. I would honestly say that the gun cutter, a smaller version of that would have been what Thaddeus originally was using when you guys first met him.
Where is that? Oh, it's gone.
It's gone.
Super dead.
Yep, it's loaded.
Neat. Okay. So yeah, you guys take up on through the world portals, different layers, and
Is there a place in the gun cutter to just charge my power armor as we're going?
honestly, once you sit down, you can just power your armor off, and that's gonna
Sick.
be
I'm just
like
gonna take a nap, you guys.
that's like really protective
Hey,
too.
it's your first adventure at being a bookend.
That is exactly what I'm
That's
gonna do.
pretty much what you are when you're not doing anything.
the most expensive bookend in the
Oh,
whole
yeah.
world.
It's probably pretty comfy in there still. Like one of those.
Well, you don't have the black black mesh carapace the Space Marines have. Not the killer.
Ginsu?
You know no, it's
I can't recall.
it's a special it's an implant, but it goes over the skin for Space Marine, and it syncs them to their armor so they can feel the sense of touch through their armor and stuff like that. It's kind of
Why would you want that?
to know. And it also makes them really agile and stuff. But their pain
That does
receptors, are crazy. But like when you're in armor, you're like all kind of clunky and stuff. But it's just like window. That was further back in the top. Cool.
All right.
I definitely watched that because it looked kind of painful. Okay, so we'll say that you make the trip without incident.
There's a first.
I know. I was like, man, we're gonna have to kill so many people.
So, Mountain's located in the area of the casinos known as the Sporting Rings. And as you guys are taking this ship over top, Phoebe gets clearance and all that to land and do whatever. And she's bringing you guys overhead, and she's pointing stuff out, and she's like, "Have you guys ever been to the casinos before?"
No. And I'm a little
My
upset
eyes
that we
back in
haven't.
my head.
Cool. Yeah, she's like, "Well, that ring over there, that's where criminals and common folk alike seek glory, freedom, wealth, or to kill for fun, whatever they're looking for. Over there, got the night joust, where noble knights of different houses fight for land, riches, greater names, or to exact vengeance, civilly. And then over there they've got the racetracks. This is a pretty crazy place, but it's all right. What hanger do you want me to put it down in, and who's doing the dock fee?" About that time, a servitor comes in on the
I'll pay the dock fee.
Okay. 300 credits.
Drones?
Yes. They're not credits. Republic credits are no good out here, anyways. Because he's nowhere to be.
I hate this all the time.
I know.
There's so many cool things here.
It's okay. We'll figure it out.
I think I'd be good. I would give you skills.
don't. You're a little too reckless. Not strategic
Well,
enough.
there's actual gamble skills.
There's
He
like-
wins $1 million.
There's like psychic powers that you can use.
It's just like,
Yeah.
I'm gonna get that cough and sore throat that everybody else has that I'm getting over right now.
No, I refuse.
You're gonna die. Cool.
True.
Yeah, she puts it down in like this. It's like an open pit hangar, and the sky's above and stuff. But there's also like an awning up there to protect from the toxic rain, and it's a very public spaceport kind of area, landing pad, whatever. The moment the drop gates come down, feel like you immediately don't fit in because you guys are all in armor and everything else. I mean, there's some people in armor, but it's like really fancy. Your armor fits more in. And people's, like, if they have weapons, they're sleek and more elegant, but there are mechanica everywhere still and stuff like that, but they're taking more like administratum roles, running numbers. There's servitors walking around.
Can I open a live feed of our progression into the loading area or the dock area to Malin when we get there?
From your drone?
Yeah, just to show them where we are, what we're doing.
Yeah, so you're activating a drone then? Okay. Cool. Yeah, so you go ahead and do that.
what? I gotta make my own.
Actually, your armor is currently fancy because it's white and silver.
It's white and silver. Yeah, like
So-
encrusted with stuff.
So you guys in Choo Choo look very tactical.
guys, you are.
We have Choo Choo stay here and
Great.
guard
Yes.
Phoebe and the
I guard Phoebe.
And Phoebe's got like these two fat pistols on her hips. And she's like, I'm fine, but great. I love
You're
others.
welcome.
I love their sense of direction and smell,
And their simple nature.
and their
The Hobbits of 40K.
Simple nature.
It's fine. I'm gonna buy you a drink.
How much better would
Like
Lord of the
Hobbits.
Rings be? Instead of Hobbits, they were Ogrins.
Jeez.
I lost the game. Great. Where's
Wow.
everybody doing their goings?
I thought, let's go see the boss, yeah.
If you let me go where I want to go, it'll be a
No,
while
the
before we get
planet's
to it.
about to be over.
Well, then we might as well enjoy it for a little bit.
Oh my gosh. Take us to your boy, to Malin. Malin.
I will lead the way towards his private sector.
Cool. So currently he's in like his private estate, his booth area and stuff like that. So you work your way over and it's actually in a really public area. There's like a big stadium. There's just like this area, you know, with one of those locked doors. There's 2 servitors out front. The door hisses open, whatever. And who's all's going in?
I'm going now.
It could be a trap.
I will not lead the way. I will take rear guard.
Okay, perfect. So they all go in, and as they go in, the servitor sticks his arm out in front of your chest, and in his hand he has like a little scroll.
Okay.
Kind of hands it to you, and then he sends right back. Doesn't say a word.
Okay. Take it.
Okay. Then you go in, and the door closes. And so you're in a dimly lit like stadium box, whatnot. So it kind of goes down. There's glass and whatever in front of it. It looks like there's a door off to the side, and the door's open, and you can actually see like kind of a lavish little estate in there. And Malin himself is not in the booth.
Who's in the booth?
Like
Boss.
like a couple people. There's like dude and chick, and then there's like a servitor on the other side of the booth. Whatever.
Can I-
Looks like he's cleaning.
Can I try to look at my scroll, read my scroll, without anybody else noticing what I'm doing?
What do you guys want to do?
I'm just in, I've never been in
Well,
one
I
of
mean,
these,
if-
so I'm looking around.
We're here and he's not here.
Well, that door's open to the other area.
Is Malin in the other area? Do you know
I
where
don't
he
think
is?
I know where he is right now.
I'll go check to see what's going on over there.
Okay, so you go through the door.
What is the booth?
Great question. So the booth is currently overlooking a gladiatorial ring, and there's like a full-scale battle going on out there, and people have different kinds of weapons, and it's kind of like a King of the Hill match going on.
I'm gonna watch that for a second.
And there's a dude who's holding down an area on the top, and you see his name on like this screen, and credits or the thrones are just like.
Are they
And he
using
gets shot in the chest.
Oh.
Chick runs up and she's got a gun and a sword, and his thrones get added to her throne. She's at the top.
Is
Wait,
there
they're
anybody
killing each
we
other?
recognize?
Huh?
Is there anybody that I might recognize?
Oh, holy crap.
Wow. Well, that is intriguing, but
And it's not thrones, it's points.
Gosh.
That's pretty rad.
You're pretty rad. Cool. So yeah, they both go in, and she's got her back to you, looking out the window.
Okay.
Of
Do I have to
this.
roll anything to see if I can look at this without being noticed?
Sleight of hand. Do you have that skill? If you
I
don't,
don't
it
have
would
it
be-
as a skill, but I have it. No, I don't have it.
No, I'm doing -10 agility test.
Okay.
Kind of be discreet.
1 dice, right?
2 percentile.
94.
That is a crit fail.
I think that. Also, I have heightened sense of hearing.
Crit fail, huh?
You like to make a heightened sense of hearing test.
Why the heck not?
Great.
try to open up this
No.
little scroll. It's got to be like this loud. I got like thing
Love
that
moves
opens
when you open
And I
It's got like a
still
digital display.
The battle.
inside of it.
Yeah, you're in for all the
I just imagine it's like one of those birthday cards that
Yeah.
sings, so when you open it, just reads.
don't.
This is a secret message. Please open in a private area.
Oh wait, shit, you did. Congratulations. Go public, I am so proud. Yeah. Cool. Yeah. So inside that estate, it's very nice in here. Polished metals, brass, lower lighting, stuff like that. There's actually a real tree growing out the center of this room. Big kind of tree. It looks obviously off-world. And from being in space, being on this fourth world and not really seeing life, it kind of seems like a pretty big sign of wealth.
Don't eat it.
I'm just gonna touch it though. Like I'm gonna walk up to it and take off my glove and I'm just gonna touch it.
Cool, yeah, so you're like rubbing the tree.
I'm like, whoa. I'm like, I wish more of the worlds we went to had stuff like this.
And you hear a voice out of the darkness, please do not touch that.
Oh.
And you hear like this light clank on the floor, and Malin comes forward and in his power armor that's all black and brass. And this is taller than yours.
Oh no.
and
It's alright.
he looks them both in the eyes and sees you like, I'm assuming you just come through the door after not being subtle.
Yeah.
And Vaxian, good to see you. I knew you all were coming. I appreciated that. You always give good intel.
Always happy to help.
Well, I know I talked with y'all before. Why are you here now?
We had a reason.
Are you coming in too?
Yeah, I suppose.
Well, I'm
You
curious.
just turn around and you're like, they left me.
Where is it? Oh.
She goes out the other door.
Find the
These
concessions.
fools. I'll follow them.
We came here because we wanted to talk to you.
Should we tell him?
I don't even remember why we actually wanted to meet you. Well, I said we wanted to meet him because we wanted to report to an Inquisitor.
You know, I think Josh.
So I can
should tell
kind of tell you. Do an intelligence test. Well, you have total recall, I'll just tell you. So he approached the team in regards to the Psyker Vault infiltration. And he showed you guys a strange gridwork of structures that spread out in the underworld. The lineup of the map that you guys had taken from this facility that showed kind of locations of strange obelisks.
Oh my gosh, I forgot about that.
Yeah.
That happened?
Yeah, well, because remember, so Thaddeus had mapped the entire lawless zone. And the Factorum, like everywhere he went, he was just mapping with his birds. And so he compared it with the map, and it was lining up, and that facility was hotspot on that map.
Wow.
You guys forgot about all that, didn't you?
Super did.
I know.
Was that?
Technically, he
recall
didn't.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah, you have total recall. Oh. Yeah, you don't remember. You're very bewildered.
I legit actually don't remember us doing that.
You know
I
what?
remember
Both of you
him.
guys do intelligence tests then.
All I remember is him approaching us.
Da-na-na-na.
and saying, like, hey, my people need help.
Hey, I got a 50.
Yeah, I got a 50. I did not.
Not that smart.
Also, we don't have an alternate.
Okay.
Can I make,
You guys wouldn't even know he has total recall, but yeah, he doesn't remember the encounter.
Maybe I just didn't hear it.
As Deco, because I didn't even remember that, I like out of game, I just was like, I thought we were going to talk to him because we didn't know how to get in contact with whatever, our Inquisitor, and the aliens were about to take over.
Right.
What the threat
That's
was.
really what it was.
like, get to an Inquisitor so you can find out where Alvis is? That basically?
Well, we thought,
That,
I thought Alvis was.
yeah, he keeps telling us Alvis is dead.
But we heard from the sororitas now
That he's alive.
that he's alive. So there's
But,
that.
yeah, we wanted a way to contact Alvis, and we were just going to tell this Inquisitor about the threat because the planet is in danger.
And we need all the help we can get. That shouldn't just be ours.
But we're definitely not going to bring up any of those cycles. I'm not.
All right. All right, let's see. Are we going to tell him about the Tyranids?
Well, no, we haven't.
Oh, he already knows about them.
Yeah.
Because you guys were talking about it while the drones were relaying that information to him.
Okay.
He's
Those
very
are,
aware of the Tyranids and related dog situation.
It's like my watch is like, that was a great workout. Yes, it was.
Thank you, Watch.
Yep.
All right, well, then you know. We're here. Want to know what you found about it? You're the Inquisitor in charge now, as far as I'm aware. Well, no, I mean, we talked to Alvis. He hasn't returned my calls.
Yeah.
How much? I have a question, kind of outside of game. How much of a mission would this have been for Faxian being an acolyte of Malin to get these guys? You know what I mean? Like, obviously they had their reasons for talking to Malin, but also Malin wanted me to get them. So
You've been able to prove yourself as an independent acolyte.
okay, gotcha.
So while still holding the lowly acolyte status, that is a very esteemed role. Like,
Right. So
sign of high honor.
So, but also Malin would be, like, he would have his own purposes for wanting to get these guys involved, right?
Sure.
So, okay, that's all I wanted. That's all part of
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
So, well, like, what do you want at this point?
Well, planet's falling apart.
No.
I've lost my most vital acolyte team. The ones who had progressed the furthest as far as figuring out what's going on with all the ciphers on this world. Losing some of our most valuable souls in the Imperium. And honestly, I consider every one of my acolytes to be friends. And
So in game, I think Vaccine would be pretty, all of a sudden, like, wait a minute, is he taking these guys on? Because if he is, I feel like, wait a minute, hey.
Oh, I have an out-of-game question. Did you ever read the scroll?
Failed to pull it out.
Yeah, I didn't know.
he's waiting for a private moment. It wasn't a
It
good
was
moment.
like, yeah.
Cool.
Like, I think he would be slightly like, hey, you know, I'm your acolyte, not these guys that can't remember even why they came.
Well, and so he kind of addresses that too. He's like, I'm not looking to take you guys on. You've already sworn your allegiance to Inquisitor Alvis.
So is it true, Malin? Is Alvis alive and well?
Well, so that's the thing. Inquisitors come and go where they please, but typically common courtesy to let an Inquisitor know you're in the system. And I heard secondhand through Violet's team, and I mean, I've reached out to him, and I haven't.
You don't know where he's at.
But he's alive.
Yeah.
Well,
He contacted this sororitas.
yeah, Second Acolyte team has said that. Wow.
Right. Yeah, honestly, I don't really, it doesn't concern me too much. In the past, there's been sort of a rivalry between his band of sororists and the team ran by Violet.
It's more of a thing than you and Alvis then.
Kind of. There's been a couple times where our research has conflicted. I know Alvis used to serve under another Inquisitor who kind of messed up some of my research. Alvis seemed to try to fix that when he took over. But I know that we've taken from him too, so it's just kind of every Inquisitor. It's kind of just like every Inquisitor's doing their own thing, and you see a heretic, you kill a heretic.
So what are we gonna do? Because I mean, the planet's falling apart. We're pretty sure House Carlisle is full of monsters.
Right.
Obelisk situation that we're semi-aware of, I guess, the weird thing they found.
So I received a transmission. I've received a couple of transmissions from Violet's team. The last one, they were actually in the world depths, and they said that they had found something that it seemed like almost like an ancient city or something, and they were gonna get back to me, and they were gonna keep in touch like every 6 hours. Haven't heard from them since. So
When did that happen?
that was 2 days ago. And I contacted you first time within 10 hours.
Did they go missing near the projected area of these obelisks?
Did you tell him of those? Yeah, I don't know if he. Well, actually, he would because.
Well, they're talking about it.
They are. Yeah. Well, I know. I know. Violet was looking into known Psyker Vault, but I think you guys blew it up.
Psyker Vault.
Oh, that's what we weren't telling him about, that we knew about.
Probably
stuff.
for the
were
best.
Like, oh, what's Psyker Vault? I guess we blew up something.
Yeah.
Can you tell me more of what happened there?
At the Psyker Vault?
Yeah.
There was just a lot going on. Got very violent.
I mean,
Killed
we're
everybody.
not even really sure what happened
Yeah.
as far as what was going on when we got there.
Pull any data from the facility?
We tried.
We did. It got exploded.
They had some and they had some fancy tankers there. Oh yeah, she's still around somewhere.
Sounds like the right kind of place to explode.
I agree. Well,
It was like a shield, wasn't it? That shield we found.
you spoke with Reese recently, didn't you, Faxian?
Yeah.
Did he say anything as far as the advancement of Bladed Cog's Warfront?
My character have any information on that from Reese?
So last session, Reese talked about not wanting to be on planet when the spores started falling.
That's true.
And so he doesn't know when that's going to happen, but he mentioned the information about that could be found in the
So I'll
mechanics
relate
archives.
to Malin that he spoke of an incursion of spores and that he really doesn't want to be around when that happens.
Yeah. Hearing it sound nasty.
Well, that's great news.
Which, if he gets out, good for him, because it sounds like if the world's going to hell, we're going to lose a lot of people. And good people.
We already kind of
Okay.
said we would help him out if we
Good, dude.
Well, from the stuff that I've been able to decipher from the drone feeds you've given me from my own intelligences on the planet, it seems like you're headed towards the world depths anyway.
Yeah.
So I'm asking if you would be willing to go with them, if you guys could just look for any traces of my Acolyte team.
Standard fees apply.
Yeah, standard fees apply.
I think double.
So you're gonna pay us double what you're gonna pay back?
And to think I was going to ask you about getting me back for the fees to get these folks up here for you. We'll waive that for now.
No, you've done excellent. By the way, actually, so this is something important for you.
Yeah.
You have gained 800 XP. Every 400 XP,
Yeah.
you gain a month's income.
Okay.
And so
you
you gain 500 drones right now. but then your monthly income increases to 550 because you're rank 2, and then you get another 550, so you can record that in your character sheet right now.
Okay, so is he paying that now, or is this like once you do this?
I typically don't really track. It's kind of like you have an account, and the money is just kind of updated as it goes. And
Well, yeah, we'll deal with that later.
okay,
I made some notes.
great.
Hey,
Hey,
buddy.
buddy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Briefly talked about it, but why did you send them down there in the first place? Just to.
They're looking for the disappearance of psychers on Anvil. So annually, typically about once per cycle, the black ships come.
Right.
It's like once every 1 to 10 cycles. And at that point, they need all the psychers on the planet that are known. And it's just one of the 3 great laws of the Imperium. They're sent to Holy Terra to pass the trials or to sustain the glory and life of the God Emperor. So anyone who comes away from Terra is typically of a great mind.
That's good. Yeah, I recall such things being talked about when I was working as a proper arbitrator.
Hey.
And psychers go down that far in the world very often.
This world's hollow, and so there's people everywhere.
Oh, I don't like that.
I know the first transmission that I received from Violet after they started down, they had entered kind of the local shanty town located like below the sewers.
No.
No.
Yeah, and so that was where they really started their actual descent.
Like East Mutenberg down there.
Yeah.
I said it's like
Then let's
East
go.
Mutenberg down there.
We.
I'm gonna go beat the crap out of them.
Because they got me high.
But they gave you eyes. They were so nice.
Time to give me
They got
drugs.
us arrested in a fake jail.
It was a real jail. I got took it.
It was
Oh
on
my,
purpose.
you know what I mean. What?
They weren't.
They were
nice.
very nice.
Yeah, they're good people. I would rescue the mole people. All right.
Well, we're going down there someplace. We're going around and hit some people. No, not us. Hit
Ow!
the weird small people.
My eye.
I smacked Deco.
Alan's looking impatient.
All right, Melon, we'll go.
I'm sorry.
So you, just to clarify, you want us to go down there, find your team, and then figure out if the psychers are there too?
No, I just need the team. Their research is their own.
And last little bit, but if they're dead, do we try to find out why they died? Or
Yes.
what's going on down there?
Yes, and I would like recordings and pics as well. That.
Always. If all the data can get through to you.
Of course. Yeah, it's impossible to send transmissions up once you get too low.
But you can still like record stuff to a point.
Okay.
All right.
Perfect. Well, so I know there's essentially three ways you can get down to the shanty town.
Gunship?
Do we take the gun cutter?
So you could. The world portal at that depth, I know, is patrolled by Skitari drones. Counts as trespassing. They have that whole area like locked down. And honestly, I think they're trying to shut off the lawless zone from access as well, because that whole area has become a hive of scum and villainy.
Is there any way that we could mask our clearances and gain access?
I was gonna say, or we could just.
I don't know if there's time.
Yeah, that's the biggest issue.
It's
I
the
think
only
we can
thing.
Find the right people to talk to.
Well, and you remember, as well. The sororists want you to meet them before you go.
I am.
All right, so to the sororitas.
And so you can also go through the sewer networks, which, of course, has its known danger. Or you can even enter through kind of the cavern that contains the toxic rivers of Mork that flows forth from the great forges into the wastes and bags. It's like this winding, nasty.
Oh, no. Nope.
That's the fastest route.
I hate
Where were the
toxic.
sororities that we were meeting?
They're over there in this spot on the coordinates. I wrote it on my hand.
It's all smeared from sweat.
Choo choo.
Oh, no.
Choo choo. Obviously, it's all.
Probably.
You didn't have a
White
window
beer.
away, so.
How formidable are these Skitarii if they're trespassed upon?
Well, I don't want to mess with them.
That
Um,
one guy
Most
who
of them
helped
are
us who
real
got
sorry.
melted.
Most of them are alien.
Oh yeah, he died. You came back, you're fine.
yeah, running a Skitari blockade, it can be difficult. The drones are very persistent.
He's a good pilot. Just saying.
We could hire a second pilot.
Just to
You
distract.
can hire a pilot to just drive the ATV in the back of the.
Oh, jeez.
Well, I don't want to risk losing our new transport, but your idea has merit. Like as far as like having some decoy vehicles go in ahead of us. It'd be expensive.
Money.
The world's on the outs anyway.
Guys, just
They go out in
release your
glory
lizards
instead of-
down there.
Well, I'm seeing you have. Seeing this one has a jetpack. Maybe there could be something there, and you look not from around here.
I don't think any of us are from around here.
Oh yeah, you're like weird golden boy over there.
I'm bronze. Yeah. Maybe. I'm totally normal.
So we can run the Skitari blockade and possibly die, and if not die, be put on wanted posters again. Or
By
we
the
can go
rough
by the
river
toxic
this time.
river.
Or sewers.
Don't want to do this.
We actually didn't have any problems
Yeah,
with the
sewers
sewers the
is like
last
the worst
time
thing
we
ever.
went.
But we gotta
I
get
mean-
there as quick as possible.
I'm following you guys either way, so you guys decide.
I kind of felt like the gun cutter just from that image could hold more than 5 as well, just from what I was thinking.
It probably can hold a squad of
Like
12 or even more.
Yeah, I'd say
But a Valkyrie holds 12.
We're like picking up this
It's kind of
chorus
a
thing.
high modded Valkyrie.
No, we could pick up if there's any survivors from
But
Melon's
with
thing.
the added vehicles, it probably could only hold 10 or 12 because it's got the 3 Outrider vehicles.
I'd say like 8 almost. Well,
6 maybe, like a Razorback. Choo-choo counts as 2.
he
Stop.
counts as 2.
Does he?
Oh, he's not in Terminator.
Single
he's
power
not-
armor.
Yeah, it's not Terminator.
1,
What?
2, 3, 4.
He's not
Choo-choo.
hulking.
Yeah, we're pretty much at capacity if it's that size.
He is size hulking.
I am technically hulking. I'm like,
Choo Choo's hulking.
I'm small hulking.
It's still hulking.
Compact.
It's like
I'd probably say you could hold like 3 more.
People say that.
But
I think that's the funny.
if you went to ground,
Like
not
squeeze
transport.
10 in plus the transport vehicles.
We could dump the transport
Yeah.
vehicles if we wanted to carry more people too.
Especially if we might be picking up some friends and stuff.
Not really.
Malin says, "Well, what did you come in?"
A gunship, a cutter.
Cutter.
Gun cutter. And what's your vehicles you're talking about dumping?
Some
Bikes.
motors, yeah, a couple bikes and a jeep.
Looking thing.
A Jeep. Just a ground car that can hold like 4. Well, if you want, I could hold on to those bikes and let you use another ground car.
Sure, that works.
Take 2 cars down the Dinky River way.
Sure.
That sounds good, actually. I like that.
Is that traversable that way? Can we drive?
So I think you could even fly most of it.
Oh, look at that.
Let's fly down the Stinky River.
Then you would be leaving that there unless you had your pilot like take your ship elsewhere.
She could do that. We
Yeah.
trust her.
She'll
Yeah,
drop
she
us
drops us off with the cars.
Okay. Sure. It'll be done. Well, May the Emperor protect you all. Thank you for embarking on this journey. What?
Nothing.
Emperor's will be done.
I got like. Maybe I don't even need to roll for it because there's definitely some weird vibes against psychers just on principle. But like, is this dude like extremely pious by nature? Like, is he like really down for the Emperor? Because Alvis, I would say, is not super much. But is he like? Is this like a zealot that we're dealing with?
Is he
You're
like
always dealing with zealots.
I know,
Yeah, but
like-
he's also like gambly and like spending all his money.
I would say he's stately.
stately?
I'd probably like him then. Fair enough.
Because there's like people who were
I
like
tolerate him,
Christians and they like help the poor and stuff. And there's people
His,
who are Christians who
his
kill
lack
all the
of,
Muslims in the Crusades.
nobility, as
Christians.
far as like his culture and stuff. Like, 'cause you can tell he's not been brought up noble, but he's around them. Like he offends people on accident sometimes just because he doesn't know the mannerisms.
But he seems like the kind of dude that would just like
Kind of genuine.
kill psychers. So
Kill psychers?
Sounds concerned about this.
I honestly thought he was concerned about the psychers more
Yeah.
due to the black ships coming, like that because it's in his area and that would probably reflect poorly on him.
Well, there's 3 great rules of the Imperium.
Yeah.
So anytime they settle a world and the ecclesiarchy comes in and introduces religion, there's 3 rules. I used to have these memorized. It was like, not worship the God Emperor, but like follow the God Emperor, because religion's illegal.
There's the giving to
The
the
guard.
guard.
Yeah, then there's the
guard
tithe of the
conscript.
10% of your youth or something to the guard, or whenever they come. Regiment, they do like a yearly regiment or something. And then controlling your psychers is the 3rd law. Control your psychers.
that's his big thing. I mostly a lot of psychers in this group.
Okay, so let's do one more thing with my character out of game. So I have that some gear that you gave me specifically. So am I well aware of everything going on with these folks in the group?
Test. Make a test.
Wait, the what?
He has a enhanced psychic focus.
Let's see.
What do I have to roll for that?
Perception plus 10.
So does that mean that he can tell that we are psychic?
It's kind of like when Frodo pulls out Sting and he glows blue, kind of thing. Like this thing kind of triggers off when psychers are nearby.
Oh, cool. Doesn't matter.
Yeah, and I have to do one thing real quick.
And roll psychers.
In the episode of The Office where you get
Yeah.
Dwight gets the gaydar.
So perception plus 10.
Perception plus 10.
Yes, you didn't tell me what the modifier was on that piece of gear, which is interesting. So plus 10. So do I add the 10 to the stat?
Yes, and then you want to get under it.
Which I did. So I got a 26. My perception with the plus would be a 45. So
Perfect. So yeah, you're just like, I'm in a row of psychers.
I'm not really.
Huh?
I'm not really a psychic.
So that's kind of the thing, because they're
Well-
not sanctioned.
Well, pause.
Oh, naughty.
Titus might not even be a psycher.
yeah, but my character as a
You're not.
character would not necessarily. He would have his own, whether it's favorable or not. He would have his opinion about that. It wouldn't make a difference. Like, he wouldn't realize something different. He'd just be like, psycher. Yeah, you got some psychic. You got some psychic.
He doesn't.
Okay.
But does that tell you? Does that say there's 5 people in the room and 2 of them have psychic abilities? Or 3?
I think I'd be able to get a vibe from each person.
It's a fluffy thing, so he can determine, like, it could even be like a servo skull, and like he can just like point its eyes at someone, and like the back of the skull like glows bright, like a little light bulb in the back that's like cool.
It's like a metal detector.
I don't know.
That's no.
It's like
I
it strikes a guitar chord. That guy.
Yeah.
Hi. I love you.
Wow. Well, let's go.
That sounds good. We're gonna go meet with our sororities team, kind of recap some stuff, and then we will go and save your people, or pick up whatever's left.
Cool.
Isn't gonna want-
We're leaving the bikes here. We're borrowing another vehicle.
Yeah, so you work your way back to the hangar unless there's other stuff you want to do.
Oh, yeah, actually, that's a good point. Do you know the sororitas team? Are you aware of them?
Like, oh, but I like those ladies. Let's go see them.
Oh.
That's a good way to put it. I would suggest not bringing up who you work for.
I don't do that in general anyway.
Yeah, we've been known to bring along friends anyways. They probably won't care, but like, just don't.
Their numbers are always changing.
This is true. So,
Yeah. I
That's all.
wonder if
Some
they
of those
just
ladies are kind of old though. Sometimes that's not my style.
I don't think any of them are old.
let's
some are, don't ask because you know sometimes they'll fool you.
while they're talking about hitting on the sororitas, is there a way that I
Are you
can
part of this?
What?
Oh, I was like, are you part of this conversation? Because he gestured at you.
It's particularly funny because
I just.
while they're talking about that, is there a way that I can just talk to Joss secretly?
Sure.
Oh,
Yeah. Just between us, I'm just gonna say, hey, when we get down there, we gotta make sure that we get that information for us, not for
You're like in his front room.
yeah. I thought we were leaving. I thought we were already.
Oh,
on
are
the
you
way
guys
down.
just walk? Okay, so you're like walking.
Yeah, they were already down.
Okay, I was like,
He's not just like.
that's like standing next to Darth Vader. Cool. Okay, so can carry on then.
Yeah, I was just gonna say we gotta. I mean, like he can get a copy of it. I don't care, but we need it too because I want to know what he's doing. And Alvis would probably want to know that too.
You want Alvis to know?
Sounds like Alvis is doing similar research, but for a very
I think this will help us figure out what Alvis.
I'm just talking faxion about sororitas girls this whole time.
Yeah,
That's right.
That was a fun conversation. That was good going.
sweet merciful.
Can I throw
Do you remember
something
what Cascade looks like?
Wasn't she the most like typical looking? Like
I don't even remember.
got white hair.
Extra sorority.
She was like where? No,
Stereotypical.
there we go.
Oh, I actually have her character sheet out. I haven't filled it out all the way.
I'm just saying, some of those ladies have been in service for a lot longer than you'd think.
No, it's so funny because I did the Famulous Protege route, but like on a different scale as yours. And I rolled it out, and you were sitting right there. Remember, her build was lusty.
Oh yeah.
We laughed about it. So yeah, her build's lusty, her skin's
Cascade
fair,
is-
her hair's white, her eyes are violet.
Of
She's
a-
age
of a-
33.
That's why Cascade.
And then Ava is Ava's very tall and slender. She's got black hair and green eyes. Talia is the same but shorter. Feather's dead.
Screw that sororitas.
And Liara. Liara is the assassin. And her hair was short cropped red with blue eyes.
Like for a red hair face.
Yeah, if
She's got pretty short hair, red hair face. That's dangerous.
Definitely likes that.
Cool. So anyway, you get back to the gun cutter, and Phoebe approaches you guys, and she's like, "I hope you authorize this. They had signatures, but some servitors just kind of came in and took the bikes. Kind of like those. But
Oh.
there's like some other vehicle
Oh,
in there.
we'll get them back.
Yeah, sorry, Phoebe.
It's
Thank
fine.
you.
It's just gonna throw off the grams in the back end.
The grams.
Yeah,
Just
You measure the weight of vehicles in grams.
that's what I do.
Okay, I'm just
impressed.
I also measure people's height and hands.
not my type. He's like 12 hands tall and
Yeah.
10,000 grams.
12 hands.
Definitely not my type.
I only measure energy in joules.
Jeez.
All right.
I was born in Car's leg. You can kind of tell.
Get me out of here.
I was from the deep south. where we measure with hands.
Can we just
Anyway.
message the sororities, or do they want us to actually see them in person?
LOL, smiley face.
Where were they? They're out in the waste still?
They said no, they were going to meet you by the wall.
Is the wall near the ink drain?
Yes. No. All right, let's go to the wall first. Get some infiltrated, and then we'll go to the stink.
Okay.
I love that that's just what we're calling it. It had a real name.
Yeah.
Okay, so you guys take off. And, oh my gosh. I'm going to remember this. That was stupid.
The river, Zyrex.
Wilbur comes down, lands on top of
Oh, yeah.
the Knight Porphyrian.
With grace.
Yeah.
At least he thinks that. Graceful. Nice.
Cool, and you can see, so you can actually see people aren't landing on this thing super successful. Go ahead and do an agility test and make it a -10.
-10.
-10.
Not so good.
You got it. Oh.
No, I do not.
So yeah, you hit 2 and you kind
Does
of
he get
bounce
any
off.
fate points?
Yes.
I'm gonna reroll.
Okay, I thought you had like 2 fate points or 3.
Well, I do on my main character. I'm saying on the only war character we didn't do it.
I'll start with 1.
Yeah.
1, he's using it. You know, because he thinks that was graceful. So
I think you gotta.
He will.
It's still the percentile dice for it.
I know I'm looking for a different percentile dice because I don't like that last one.
Man.
Okay, rolling again.
Yeah.
Zeros.
0-8.
Oh.
You crit 8, that's amazing. Okay, so yeah, you land and it's extremely graceful.
Not just to
You know, you guys can do the alternate crit this time, right?
We did that. I was going to bring it up. It was
I can do it real quick. You ready?
Yeah.
36.
No, it has to be over 50.
Oh, 86.
86.
86.
Counted them myself. Okay. I know.
So I'm on this thing.
You are, yeah. And so actually,
Am I like up on its shoulders?
there's only about 7 other people that actually made it, but you saw people like hitting and kind of glancing off the sides and stuff. And so you're standing and there's like this armor plate, and you see like it starts to come up, and you see like this missile rack kind of extending right in front of you.
Oh man. Right in front of me?
You're standing on the lip as it's raising up.
Can I aim my bolter right into the mechanism that's raising it up? Like it's housing unit? I don't want to shoot at those missiles.
It's protected by the armor plating, but you might be able to approach that from underneath.
From underneath.
So which side do you want to hop onto, if any? You can just stand there and let it tip you over.
No, I don't want to tip over. Whoa, so it's going like this and I'm on one of the
No.
things.
You're standing on the plate and
It's going like,
because of this back piece, like coming
okay.
up.
Yeah, no, I'm going to jump on the part that's not moving.
Okay, yeah, so this thing comes up,
Yeah.
it like locks, and there's like, looks like a rack of 30 missiles or something.
Okay.
And, yeah, there's like gaps and stuff underneath, and if you crouch down quickly, you know, you don't have to get hit by a missile if this thing shoots.
Well, I'm just thinking I'm going to hunker down and just aim my heavy bolter right down into the mechanisms of this metal beast below me here.
Okay.
Right between the...
Full auto is a plus 20 to your ballistic skill.
Okay.
You're close range, so that'll add a plus 30, so you're getting a plus 50 to your ballistic skill. Right? It swings both ways.
It does swing both ways.
So, for the record then, you said plus, so it ends up being a plus 50?
Yeah.
So I only miss on a 93 and up.
Nice. So on a 96 or higher, you jam.
Okay, so I just don't want to roll that high. But don't I get to roll two times and pick the highest? Or no, that's for damage.
That's for damage.
Okay, 41, I hit.
Great. So yeah, you just through there and
Okay.
go ahead and roll your damages.
So with it being 6, do I roll 6 damages? Is that what it is?
Uh,
Like I'm
it
not.
can
I'm
be
just,
so typically yes, We can just do one and
Okay.
go with that,
Okay.
just to be more narrative.
Okay. Sounds good. So D6 plus 8, or sorry, D10 plus 8. That'd be a 17.
Roll again. See if it's higher.
It is not.
Okay. So 17, and you're just down in there. And what's the pen on that?
Pen is 5.
Oh my gosh.
Explosive.
Oh.
Oh.
You shot an explosive bolt round?
Okay, so that'll be
Well, come on, I shot it
6.
between the missile rack and the armor housing.
6 shots. It'll be an equivalent of 3 times that because of the meter damage. Because it explodes in meters.
Oh my gosh.
It's only 1 meter though, but if I like shot you, it would hurt both of them.
Okay.
Yeah, so you're like damaging the heck out of this thing. And whatnot. And you hear like other stuff.
It's like a ranged jackhammer. You know?
Yeah, and then you hear like some mechanism, and then off like on the other side you see like, and like it comes down the line and like stops before it gets to you.
Can't turn that far in.
No, they're not shooting at you. So this thing,
right.
it just sits very stationary on the back of the carapace.
Right.
But the whole thing, like you've damaged something on this side of the missile pod, and it
Gotcha.
launch, like,
So it's,
and it launches off, and like you look behind you, and the waist kind of stretch out before, and it's like firing into that mist that you saw from above.
right. Heroic.
Perfect. What else do you want to do?
What other? Can I take? I take a full round action to shoot. I take, right?
Yes.
Did he give you? Did you give him a mag crack grenade or something?
I gave him mag charges.
Well, so that's what. How long does it set to like set a mag charge? Does that take a full round as well? I'm trying to figure out if I can take like a half round to like look for a very good target.
Do that.
Okay.
Yeah, so you just so you prime it to lock like when it hits,
Right.
and then you throw it essentially.
Okay. So it's like a throw it and stick rather than like a go put it on and go.
Or you can do that as well. You also
Depends on what my targets are. I mean, obviously this thing is a giant beast of war, and
You
I don't
also
wanna
see,
fall off of it either.
You've got
so.
these. But you also have your chute, so you can jump to the ground.
Yeah, but then I'm off of it, so that doesn't help us any. So.
I know. So as far as this missile rack, it looks like these can't launch, and there's like.
What about the lips of like where the armor plate overhangs the rest of this beast? Can I stick it underneath one of these?
Where the missile pod goes down.
No, I'm talking about its carapace. Like, can I just get under its carapace, put it on there, and shoot off?
You like lean over the edge, and it has these like heavy stubbers that are like on there, and it's like trying to shoot up at you.
Where can I see where the pilot is? Whatever's driving this thing.
So yeah, you're like kind of walking over to the.
Am I familiar basically with what a night walker looks like? Is this the first time I've dealt with one, or I mean, being that I know the Imperium and that I'm in the guard regiment.
Well, I will. So I can show you what you're looking at.
I know personally, but I'm just saying, like, I'm trying to play him as if, like, whoa, am I out of my element here, or is he like, I'm gonna go for this part? You know what I mean?
Yeah. So.
All right, so it's a little bigger than he thought.
Yeah. So that's
Good boy.
what you're looking at, and so essentially you were
Yeah,
up here by this, and so you're standing over like the pilot plate, and there's a soldier like right here working on it. There's a couple more hanging on over here.
Right, all my dudes, right? I don't see any hostiles. I'm gonna make my way towards the front of it, and knowing that there's a pilot area in the place of where the head would be, I'm gonna try to get the mag charge around the front of the carapace.
Like right here.
Yep.
Up under.
Even if I have to put it under and then descend afterwards, at least it'll be in a volatile spot.
Okay, so you like go to place one up underneath, and You also notice that it looks like if you drop one down, it can attach to the front visors of the face as well of the knight.
How much time do I have once these are set?
You have your little button.
Oh, it's a button. Let's do both.
And it looks like people have been kind of placing them everywhere.
Yeah, I'm gonna do both. I'm gonna put like I'll put one right under the front middle, and I'll toss the other one down, see if I can hit that front visor lip where it's metal, not where it's glass.
Go do a ballistic test. And it's a plus 20 to that since you're close enough.
96. Missed. By a lot.
Yeah. So you gotta like drop it and you just drop it.
No.
Alright, I do have a third one though.
Odd or even?
Do I pick odd or even?
Yes.
Odd.
So yeah, you go, whoa, shoot, and it literally like goes down, goes right to the face.
Really?
Yep. Mag. It's very powerful mag.
Interesting. Even on that bad of a roll, huh?
Yeah, you don't want to get the other side of that though.
Okay, that works for me. I'm gonna pocket the third one and then get off this ship.
Okay. And you hear the sergeant calling that out too, like, no, run, we're gonna blow it.
Okay.
And so it looks like everybody who missed was like trying to put them up around the leg joints and stuff, and this thing's like walking along, and with one step, it's like 20 feet in front of you, like,
Yeah.
and it just like,
All right.
and
I'm gonna
you're trying.
heavy guy trot away from the thing.
Okay. Cool. So yeah, it gets out a little bit and it starts to like turn around, and when it has you guys inside, it starts to charge up its big mag glass cannons.
Oh my gosh. Pop the button.
Pull
All
it
right.
and do whatever it takes.
Yeah, so the sergeant's like, yeah. And everybody starts popping their things, and explosions start going off all over this thing. And it's so big that it doesn't like detonate, but you can see there's like explosions going on all over the inside of this thing, up the legs, along the sides of the gun panels where people were like trying to get it in with some of the stuff. And so this thing's mortally wounded, and it actually just kind of stands there, and it's like one of its legs doesn't move, and so it's like trying to figure out like how to maneuver, and it's just its guns are offline and everything, so you effectively crippled it.
Is there anything visually? Is there any like squad insignia markings on this thing, or any kind of identifiers that I could take back to base and like we took out this guy?
Yeah, so it's a white knight, a white gray knight, and the insignia is like two blue suns.
No. Wait, that's not nice.
I don't know that symbol, but I'm going to tell everybody about it.
That's the what was that symbol? I'm trying to remember.
It was
That was Kaio's symbol.
It was a blue and a white star.
Oh, right, blue and white star.
No.
Okay.
I'm upset again.
Cool. Okay. And so yeah, as you turn around, you see these two like really mini knights, like not even taller than this thing's knee, come up over the edge, and you know them from your classifications and stuff. These are Helverins. They just come in and just start opening up on your squad.
What are they?
Helverins. And the sergeant's like, rah! And he just gets blown in half.
Right.
Yeah, it was cool. Rough day for sergeant.
What you doing?
How many comrades are left here with me?
Of the 30, looks like so far, 16 have died.
I'm gonna raise my gun about halfway up, be like, For the Sarge! And run at those
Huzzah.
two shorter knights.
Okay. Cool. Yeah, so they're like shooting over the top of you and stuff like that. Can I
Stop and get a good stance so that I can shoot well at them.
Okay, perfect. Go ahead and fire.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Are you aiming for anything on a knight?
Gosh, I can't hit these guys. I was not aiming. I was just aiming at one of them and I missed.
Well, so here's the thing. You're firing on full auto, so you always have a plus 20. And then I would give you a plus 10 to the range as well. So that would have been plus 30 on your ballistic stat.
Oh, I still missed.
Okay.
94.
Jeez.
All right, cool. Yeah, so
Sorry, it was a 74, but I still missed.
you had to blow the mud out of the tip of your gun.
So one thing I'm not understanding is since it has the rate of fire that it can only be full, which is 6.
Yeah,
How does that translate to me shooting?
full auto, so it's a full turn.
Yeah,
So
there's
full turn firing.
right here on the combat things. There's something for like.
Oh, so the 6 has to do with. like,
So
how
every
many
time you
degrees
fire,
of
you're dropping 6
success?
rounds of ammo.
Mhm.
So you'll need to
Okay,
keep
but
track
it's
of
still
that,
only
too.
one dice roll though. Like I'm looking at it at the 6 and going, why am I not rolling 6 times? So sorry.
So
just
the plus
inexperience
20
in the game,
on that.
but-
So here's the way full auto works.
Right.
So when you fire with your ballistic skill full auto, you have a plus 20, and then a degree is a number of 10 or more. And for every 10 points below the attribute you roll, it's another degree of success.
Right.
And so when you roll full auto, if you hit, all 6 shots don't hit. But according to every degree of success, another round hits.
Okay.
That makes sense.
All right. Well, I missed in the first volley, so
Okay, so nothing.
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah, so the Hellbrand that's close to you, like, takes aim and fires at your location. I rolled a 99, so it's like all around you, nothing. So back to you.
okay. I'm gonna try again here.
Wait, isn't the 99 a critical fail?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, it's jammed. It's all messed up.
Oh man.
I'm gonna shoot at that one. It looks vulnerable
Okay.
and incompetent
Yeah, it's being damaged.
with an 8.
Oh.
All 6 shots.
Yeah.
Roll 2 dice and take the highest.
That'd be an 8 plus 8, 16.
With how much pen does it have?
It's 5 pen. Gosh.
Okay. So you're doing enough to like get through the armor, but not really damage it. But you're making holes pretty much, like big old chunks in it.
What about the rest of my guys? Did they follow me?
Let's see.
I'm old and grizzled. They might.
It looks
follow
like,
me as a sergeant.
Squad morale is kind of crazy. Like people are kind of ducking in trenches and little areas and stuff. Like, oh shoot, like everybody's dying because of this point. Another 8 had gone.
We die here?
Yeah.
You gotta shoot them.
Yeah. Where's the commissar when you need him?
So the other armorer is gonna shoot, but he's shooting at the other ones and whatnot. So 4 more go.
Dudes.
Holy crap.
And
Do I see any kind of?
there's 2 dudes that are with you, and they've come up and they're shooting their las guns. Well, one of them has a las, the other one has plasma.
All right.
And plasma dude shoots, he hits, and so he does like 15. So he's kind of getting through as much as you are. Las rifle dude rolls a 99 and what's happening?
All right. I'll shoot again. Can I do that?
Hey, there's something that lets you aim. So if you take a turn to aim, it'll add more. If you want to use
More damage?
More
Like-
more
Better
ballistics.
Oh,
So
I'm
you-
gonna hit. My ballistic skill with the plus 30 that you said right now because I'm
It'll be a plus 40 because they're closer.
okay. So yeah, I'm needing an
Yeah.
82 or lower.
Oh.
So 42.
Okay, so that's 4 degrees of success.
10 plus 8.
So
Oh.
re-roll the 10.
You roll a 10? 9.
So that's
Holy
19 plus
crap.
whatever the damage is.
Okay.
19 plus 8 is 27.
What's
First
5,
shot.
10?
27 plus 5 pen. You blow this Helverin's face off. Just like disintegrate it, and it punctures through the back of the head into the cockpit, and you hear like some gurgle noise out of it, and the Helverin's like stumbles off into the mud. Yeah.
Okay.
And the other one is running at you guys too, and so it fires. 92. I just want to kill people. This is the worst I've ever rolled.
I know, this is like blowing my mind.
I've very rarely had to put a dice away because it was being horrible in that first percentile dice. Every time I picked it up, I was hitting 70 plus, so no thanks. So anyway, so
Cool.
Is it a guard round? Let those other guys shoot first.
Yeah. Plasma dude shoots, hits.
Four guys, only four guys.
We're going to the wall. We're with the
There's still a
sororities.
He does 12 damage with 6 pens, so the other one like it's starting to get wounded too. Flashlight dude rolls 56 and miss.
Okay, I'll try to finish that off.
You
Another
got
one.
it.
68 will still be a hit, but not by much success. So, my ballistic skill is currently at 82, so 68 on an 82.
That's
So
a-
2 shots.
Yeah.
2 shots.
Yep.
Okay. 5 is my high roll, so 5 plus 8 is gonna be 13.
Cool. So that doesn't do much. So he's gonna run up and kick you. I rolled a 10. Cool. So you can make. Do you have dodge? I think you do as a
I
guard.
have something like that. Told me that I have agility.
Oh, okay. So if you don't have dodge on your sheet, it would be in the skills section, by the way.
Skills, dodge. No.
You can do a minus 20 agility test.
Okay.
There you go. Here's where it comes in handy.
On low. Nope. Failed it.
What'd you
All right.
roll?
Rolled a 66.
Oh,
Not a 68, sadly. Ah.
All right. Cool. So he kicks you and you go flying unconscious. Off into the waste.
That's a mighty kick.
Huh?
That's a mighty kick.
What's Die Hard do?
So die hard is you die hard. I'm just kidding.
Died hard.
You're the
It's
best
a
one.
talent, right?
It is.
I think it's hard for me to die.
Is that the bleed out one or the half damage to crit?
It takes more to finish you off. When you suffer from blood loss, you may roll twice to avoid death. Handy. You're not dying though.
Do I lose any wounds or anything from getting kicked?
Oh yeah, you're in like bottom crit. So
How does that work? So I have 13 wounds, remember, I'm tough.
yeah, you just got like ran over by a truck physically with a foot. So it's not too bad though. So they don't like really have anesthetics or anything, so you're still in a lot of pain from your legs, and you're sitting there laying in this makeshift spot where they're offering medical attention and whatnot. You actually you see in great detail the process of several of the AdMech soldiers getting upgraded to Sicarian infiltrators and rust stalkers, and it just looks horribly gruesome and nasty, but something that kind of catches your eyes as you're watching this is different parts and stuff they're wheeling around that have cybernetic parts on them, and you see some of those legs that the Sicarians use, and it looks like they're bringing them over to you.
Oh boy.
And this servitor comes up to you and stands on your chest and kind of pushes you into the bed, and he's like, "Need to rest. We will get you mobile in a moment."
Okay.
And he's like looking at the scans, and he calls you your wrong name, and then he injects you with something, and you pass out.
No, Gary.
He's like, Sigma 1879. You will rise in iron and honor momentarily.
Oh,
Okay.
you're like, wait, what?
What? And you're unconscious, and so you I'm kind of curious. Is there any? So, it's just a narrative injury that you've had. So typically, what the book talks about is like during character creation, you can kind of get a free cybernetic if you feel like it.
Okay.
That's just common quality, which just equals the strength of the biological
Okay.
arm. Are you interested in having received a grievous wound to this day?
From Wilbur?
From the kick.
So, like, not a previous one before he, like, entered this battle, but, like, from this event.
Yes.
From the mighty.
Something that I'm thinking of is a bionic respiratory system.
That'd be cool.
Yeah. Okay. That was just kind of off the top of my head because I'm just like, well, you got kicked in the chest by a knight.
My lungs.
So a
I like it.
cybernetic respiratory system. It'll be, I'd say it's a poor quality one. So just as far as in-game effects, being quiet would be harder for you, but I think it's harder for you anyway.
That's fine.
Just because of the nature of your description.
Yep.
So for cybernetics, put poor quality bionic respiratory system. And it does give you a plus 20 bonus to toughness test made to resist airborne toxins and gas weapons. Your voice sounds kind of funky. It just kind of has like almost a mechanical echo to it, or kind of a gravelly whatever.
He's like white Saw Gerrera.
Yeah, so he's like, I don't know. A little weird.
Oh my god.
Whoa.
Whoa, look at that.
Stop it.
Stop it.
Details. Got
Can't go while you're watching.
Well, I'm kind of wondering if that takes away the screen when I leave those images up. I really hope not.
Guess you'll find out.
Yeah, this is the first time I've experienced screen sharing. Well, I've used screen sharing. So hope that works out, everybody. Sorry if that left you with a stupid picture forever, but
Bop. Gosh dang it.
Cool. Yeah, so you both kind of wake up and whatnot. You're actually laying next to each other, and so you look over and you see this weird dude with like, these legs that are sticking up in the air like
Grasshopper
this.
legs. Gotcha.
Yeah, he's got grasshopper legs, and you hear the dude next to you. That's kind of what wakes you up, is breathing as he's like on his back, just kind of thing.
Jeez.
And you look over and I mean, they've given him, a new uniform, and he's got his gear. Someone rescued his heavy bolter. But yeah, you can see these big stitches and scars like all over his chest from where they just had to enter.
I was having a rough day. What happened?
And so you're laying there, and you're kind of realizing like your squad's destroyed. It's up to like the people that fought with for a while. I mean, people come and go all the time, but
Right.
like that sergeant was your first sergeant.
Well, hopefully you know that the Emperor was watching over you today.
I'm gonna say my only thing I'm gonna say, since I'm like, trying out my new lungs and throat for the first time, is I'll say, got to be sergeant for a few minutes.
That looks rough.
Glorious.
What?
Glorious.
It's nice to see the fervor in you hasn't died out.
And yeah, so you're awake.
He's gonna make sure that they didn't shave off his mustache.
Yeah. And yeah, your legs are all like up in the air in front of you, all reverse joint.
Well, can't say I love the look, but beat stubs, I suppose.
At least they left the top half intact.
And this engine steer walks up to you and he's like, "Why do you have those implants?"
The God Emperor made it so.
Well, the Omnissiah says those are commission and they have numbers that we trace. What's the VIN number on that equipment?
You better tell them the right number.
I don't know where your number is. What do you want from me?
You see one that's like a mile long. It's the big number down the side. It's like 06B-73 or 419309631.
Real slow for it.
Like 6.
And then you see like partway through it's all smudged off because these have been used. These aren't new. And the servitor comes up. I have given Sigma Odom 0139 or whatever I said earlier these legs so they can begin the Sicarian initiation. And he turns around and like smacks him and he's like, "This is not a Sicarian initiative. He's not even a Skitari. Get out of my side." And he looks at you and he's like, "You want those back when you die."
Well, I can't tell how much.
And then he turns around and walks off. Ah.
That seems
always
like
fun
such
pissing
like
off the
a
robots.
tech priest Skitari thing to say. Like, you can use them, but when you're dead, I'm coming.
Don't mess him up.
I'm gonna start scratching my name into it.
Where the VIN number is like all
Yeah.
smudged out. It just
Say,
says
ask me my number. This is my number.
That's not a number.
6B7 Harold.
I like it. That's awesome.
Nice and
That's awesome. I kind of want to make like a Skitari model now and have the top half be a guardsman. That'd be fun. That'd be funny too. Like, imagine Elysians with like Skitari.
That'd actually be really cool because then when they land, there's like,
Boing.
Yeah.
And you can just grab you. Boinch. Boinch.
Stop doing that. I can't.
Oh. Cool.
Is that his name, Harold?
he's Harold.
Wilbur will introduce himself to Harold.
Well, it's good to meet another survivor. What happened to you, anyways?
Kicked by one of them metal beasts.
I got ran over by my teammate.
That's worse for you.
You should have seen the fight, though. It was glorious. The God Emperor was watching over me. Right? Kind of was. I fought 2 giant dudes.
Crazy mutant.
I should have died.
We killed the first one. It was well worth it.
Yeah, 12 traders.
I guess I wasn't
sure,
but you guys also notice like in the corner there's like a picked feed, like a live feed of the battle from some drones that the mechanic have put out, and you see that ridge line on the screen, and there's a bunch of these servitors that are like on treads, and one of their arms are these big guns, and they're just like looking at stuff, boom, boom. And when these beams hit objects, they lift them up in the air and crush them into the ground really hard. And they're concentrating all their fire on a big night gallant as it's like running towards them, and they like lift it up and drop it. And as it drops, like its armor dents and crushes in, it's like they're altering gravity around it and stuff like that. And you're seeing the Mechanicum are doing like a big cleanup of this mess. They're all silent and moving.
This planet is full of fancy nonsense.
That's not even the fancy nonsense.
Gravity.
I actually have a picture of what I'm working on too. So this is what I was painting yesterday.
We can't do it.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
That's a big.
So that's what they look like, and that's a grab cannon.
Wow.
I'll take it away in case that was cutting people off from the feed.
Stop sharing content.
I have stopped sharing content. Cool. So yeah, back to the main guys. You guys are able to link back up with the Adeptus Roritus, and they're on the inside of the wall, so they're in Anvil and stuff like that, but they're kind of on that main road area. There's different market areas and whatnot, but they're kind of hunkered down in like a bunker area where Chitauri and other soldiers are. And so you guys are able to land on part of a landing pad that juts out from the wall. This wall is like a fortress in itself, and so there's stuff all over. There's gun emplacements all along the top and other stuff like that. But you guys are far away from the battle that's happening in the waste.
I say, if the fighting's going so bad, why are they even fighting outside of our own walls at this point? All those fortifications that they